So in the 1970s, a chef in Calgary invented a dish so good it spread to every Chinese restaurant in the country. Now everyone thinks it's Chinese. This is ginger beef. It was created in the 1970s by a chef in Calgary named George Wong. It's on menus from coast to coast, and you're gonna have a hard time finding anything like it in China. And the sucky part about that is the fast food Chinese restaurants that give ginger beef make a really shitty version of it, so it has not the best reputation. Today I'm gonna show you how to make ginger beef that doesn't suck ass. Now, we're gonna start off with about 400 to 500 grams of beef flank. If you can't find flank, then skirt or hanger will work too. We're gonna start off by identifying the direction of the grain. The idea here is that we wanna cut against the grain when we cut our slices. That way we have nicer, easier to pull apart, tender pieces of beef in our ginger beef stir fry. Now in a case like this, where if you cut it against the grain like this and it might leave pieces too long, it's up to you if you want to cut it in half first so that you can get the right size pieces. So I'm gonna have pieces on the smaller side because I've decided to cut this in half. You want to cut this just to be a couple centimeters thick. That means 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch for my American friends. Once you're all done, you should have pieces that look somewhat like this. They'll be differing in size by maybe quite a lot depending on the orientation of your steak. They might not even be the same thickness if you don't have a sharp knife. That's okay, we are home cooks. Now we need to make the marinade so we can marinate this overnight. So let's move that to the side. You're gonna grab a bowl, put the meat in, and then we're gonna cover it in cold water because we wanna remove any impurities and weird tastes. Just gonna give that a hand massage, wash off any of the impurities. Now look at how grimy this bowl is getting. Those are the impurities that we want to keep out of this. Once your beef is sufficiently clean, we're just gonna temporarily move it to the side while we clean out the bowl. Drain any of the excess water in here, press it through. Then once you do that, toss it back in. Now toss in about 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Massage that very thoroughly. We want to get the baking soda in every nook and cranny of the meat. Add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, light soy sauce specifically, 1 teaspoon of Shaoxing wine, like 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch. Mix it all up just like so. Now we're gonna let this marinate overnight. It is currently past midnight where I'm at, so in my case, let it marinate until later today. All right, it is 1 day later. I got my beef right here. You'll notice that I brought out empty bowls. This is gonna be our serving plate. These are going to be 2 of our ingredients placed, and this is what we're going to be putting our sauce in for the ginger beef. Let's start with the hardest thing first. Let's make the sauce. Now, into our sauce bowl, we are going to put 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, an equal part of light soy sauce, so 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, anywhere between 1/2 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon of sugar, the same amount of Shaoxing wine that you use for your soy sauce, so about 2 tablespoons here, and some MSG, about 1/2 teaspoon to 1 full teaspoon worth. 60 grams of minced ginger. Now normally you should just buy a ginger root and mince it yourself, but in this case I used a jar of ginger. I might get hate for it, but honestly it's okay. This is still gonna taste amazing. Then about 60 grams of basil. So basil is entirely optional here, and 60 grams is way too much if you don't love basil as much as I do. Honestly, just leave it out or add 10 to 20 grams of basil paste at most. And finally, I forgot a container. We need the cornstarch slurry, which we'll put in this container. And to make a cornstarch slurry, you just need 1 part of water. I just used about 1 tablespoon here. To about 1/2 or 3/4 of that in cornstarch. Mix it up. And we've got our slurry. This is all you'll need. You don't need that much for stir fry. Now before we make this, make sure you have a starch cooked. Typically people do this with rice. I like doing this with noodles. Do whatever you want. I'm just gonna do this off camera so that I don't need to waste your time teaching you how to cook pasta. I believe that you can cook rice and pasta without me showing you on video. I believe in you. I will always believe in you, even if it causes me great personal harm. Bring out your wok. If If you're a typical white person and you don't have a wok, it's okay, just use a pot. Get this lightly coated in oil until it's just smoking. Just gonna bring out another bowl for the beef here. I'm gonna cook it in 2 parts instead of 1. Once it smokes like this, you're gonna wipe it down a bit. Splash some oil, swirl it around, add half your beef. Now you're probably wondering why I don't do this on higher heat. It's because I don't have ventilation down here, and I will probably set off my fire alarm making this video. So I'm gonna cook this on lower heat because I don't want to do that. If you're in the same position as I am where you can't cook at very high temperatures because of your living situation, it's okay. Cook it at a lower temperature and let it cook for a bit longer to develop a nicer crust. Once you're done cooking the first batch, toss it into a bowl. Wipe this out with a paper towel as best as you can. It's actually really unfortunate that I don't have ventilation down here because I want better crust on this, but it is what it is. Oh my god. Come on, damn it. Yes, my fire alarm is behind that chicken poster. I toss in the rest of it. Put in a little bit more oil. Toss in your ginger. We're gonna cook this until it's fragrant. Shouldn't take too long. All right, once it's nice and fragrant, add in your beef. Now you're gonna add your sauce mixture. Now finally, add in your cornstarch slurry to the sauce. Then we're gonna cook this until it thickens up nicely. And if you decided to optionally add basil, this is where you put it in. All right, and here's the end result. All right, now to plate this up. To plate this up, I'm just putting in my noodles first, followed by my ginger beef, and then I top it with sesame seeds and scallions. I'm gonna be honest, I'm disappointed that I didn't get the high heat on it that I wanted without setting off my fire alarm, but it is what it is. Oh yeah. That is way better than Wok Box, PF Chang's. That is better than any random Chinese fast food takeout place that you see on the side of the street. It doesn't need to compensate with sugar because it's compensating with flavor, which is what I like about this recipe specifically. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you all. Until the next one.